just listen to that. That's the sound of a playoff game getting turned completely on its head. A whole city just losing its mind. So how in the world did we get to that moment? And more importantly, what happened next? Let's break it all down.
Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving deep into an absolute classic, that divisional round game between the Rams and the Bears. I mean, this game had everything you could ask for. You had superstars, you had insane drama, and a finish that, I promise you, nobody saw coming. Let's walk through exactly how this wild ride went down.
Okay, so before we can even get to that crazy ending, you gotta understand the setup. This wasn't just another game on the schedule, right? This was a high-stakes collision course. Two totally different teams under the brightest possible lights of the playoffs. And really, at the heart of it all, it was this quarterback duel. On one side, you've got the guy who's seen it all, the veteran, Matthew Stafford. His creativity, his experience, it's the stuff of legend. And then on the other side, you've got the rookie phenom, Caleb Williams, literally trying to carry the hopes of an entire city on his shoulders. So this is the core conflict right here. The Rams, they roll in with the NFL's #1 offense, and I mean #1. Most points, most yards, the whole shebang. And where do they go? Into the swirling, hostile winds of Soldier Field, one of the toughest places to play in the league, against a Bears team that was just desperate for a huge signature win. But the Bears had this one huge weakness. Their offensive line was, well, it was a mess. It was a total patchwork unit. You had a guard playing tackle, which, if you know football, is a massive challenge against elite pass rushers. And then another guy on the line had barely played at all in the last 2 years. You can bet this was the one spot the Rams were circling, saying, we're gonna attack this all night long. All right, so how did this all actually play out on the field? Well, from the jump, from the very first drives, both QBs came out and made a statement. They showed us exactly who they were. And you know what? The rookie did not blink, not for a second. On a huge 4th and goal, Williams scrambles, extends the play, finds his #1 guy, DJ Moore, and the place just erupts. What an absolutely perfect, explosive start for Chicago. And the guys in the booth, they called it out right away. Despite all the pressure, Caleb Williams was playing with the composure of a 10-year vet. He wasn't just running around making plays with his legs, he was calmly reading the defense and executing. This wasn't just a lucky play, you know? This was real poise. But on the other side, was the veteran rattled? Not at all. Stafford's response was the polar opposite of that explosive Bears touchdown. He just leads this grinding, methodical, 14-play drive, just surgically moving the ball down the field. It was an absolute masterclass in control, kind of showing everyone, hey, we can beat you with 1,000 paper cuts too. So after that crazy, explosive opening, the whole vibe of the game just shifted. The defenses woke up, they adjusted, and what looked like it was going to be a shootout turned into this brutal, grinding chess match. All of a sudden, points were really hard to come by. Those open lanes, they started closing up. The quarterbacks were feeling the heat. Every single yard became an absolute battle. Yeah, the whole flow of the game went from a track meet to a straight-up fistfight. And get this, the Bears' defense started forcing the best offense in the league into mistakes we just hadn't seen from them. I mean, a shocking fumble by Matthew Stafford? The Bears weren't just hanging in there anymore. They were dictating the pace and making the supposedly unfloppable Rams look, well, huge. And that brings us to the 4th quarter. The game is hanging on a knife's edge. The stage is set. Someone has to step up and be a hero. And just like you'd probably expect, the veteran made his move. Stafford leads another one of those clutch drives, finds Kyren Williams for what looks like the go-ahead score. So now, with the clock ticking down, the entire season for the Chicago Bears, it all comes down to the rookie, Caleb Williams. So this is it. It all comes down to this one play. 4th down, season is on the line. The crowd is going absolutely insane. Can he possibly have one more miracle left in him? No way. It's unbelievable. He's scrambling for his life. He avoids a couple of tacklers and just heaves it up into the end zone, and Cole Kmet comes down with it. Touchdown. An impossible, incredible play sends this thing to overtime. Just absolute magic. But wait, the story is not over. Not by a long shot. Because playoff overtime, man, that is a whole different beast. One moment of brilliance or one costly mistake can decide everything. Okay, so let's do a quick but really important rules check here for playoff overtime. Each team is guaranteed to get the ball unless the first team to get it scores a touchdown. If it's still tied after both teams have had a shot, then boom, it's sudden death. Next score wins. The stakes just could not be any higher.
And, it really felt like the fairy tale ending was writing itself. The Bears win the coin toss. Caleb Williams, riding high off that miracle touchdown, just calmly leads them right down the field. They even convert another huge fourth down. It just feels inevitable. They're so close, just a few yards from easy field goal range. And then disaster strikes. Williams goes for the knockout punch, takes a deep shot downfield, and it is picked off by the Rams safety Calm Curl. The entire stadium just goes from an absolute roar to dead silence in a heartbeat. Just a brutal, brutal game-changing mistake. So after this entire game of just insane momentum swings, it was all going to come down to one last sequence. The veteran quarterback, Matthew Stafford, now has the ball, and all he needs is a field goal to win it. The emotional whiplash here is just incredible. 1 second, the Bears are about to win. The next second, there's the interception. And right away, Stafford gets his offense into no-huddle mode. He doesn't give that deflated Bears defense a single second to catch their breath. A few quick, precise passes, and just like that, the Rams are in position for the game-winning kick. And the hero of the day? It's the most unlikely guy you could possibly imagine, Harrison Movis. A guy they signed in the middle of the season steps up and just drills the 42-yard field goal. Think about that. A player who wasn't even on this team back in September is the one who sends the Rams to the championship game. Football's something else. So, when all the dust settles, it leaves us with this one big question, right? The rookie, Caleb Williams, he gave us these moments of just breathtaking, spectacular brilliance. But in the end, it was the veteran's steady hand and that one single fatal mistake from the rookie that decided the whole thing. So what do you think? In the pressure cooker of the playoffs, what really matters more? That spectacular brilliance or that cool veteran experience?